I nearly lost my fucking mind. Oh, you're in Maddie now, lads. You know what I mean?
Are you fucking mad? You don't want to spend time with me?
He's a parrot that can do a backflip. Pay the tenner, you stingy cow. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I'll just go fuck myself.
Watching you dead inside is like my favourite.
A woman tried to purchase me the other day.
Did you fucking give her a receipt?
Yeah, she's going to want a refund. No, I didn't let her purchase me.
I don't even know where to start. Like, what are the circumstances? What led you to this point?
So, man's
Just
broke.
walking down the street.
Yeah. I had to do some like auction event.
Okay.
Stand-up takes you to weird places, man. I don't know what to tell
like
you.
storage hunters? You stood there going, I don't know. That's what they say, isn't it?
I'm like Eminem.
Skeminem.
Some of them two people want to go to get free. Yeah, man. Someone tried to purchase me. I was doing like some auction event, and it was a ladies' lunch event. And part of the requirements for getting the job, Dean Coughlin messaged me and was like, "What the fuck's this?" I was like, "It's 140 quid and a free lunch. That's what this is." Mate, it was the worst thing ever. It upset me. It really did.
What was the requirement then?
So you had to be young and good looking, but none of them were available, so I did it.
Why didn't they call me?
Huh?
Why didn't they call me?
Your number was out of service.
Yeah, I mean, free mobile, I've been letting me down a lot lately.
Yeah. But yes, it was some auction event, and it was a ladies' lunch event, and yeah, they wanted someone young and attractive, which straight away gets you like alarm bells ringing. I asked the fucking woman when I got there, I was like, "Why do you have to be young and attractive to do this?" And she just went, "It just helps." And I was like, "Right."
I'm like disappointed in you that you actually think you fit that criteria, you little rat.
I don't.
So it's all right if someone tells you are.
It's like,
I can tell you you're young and
It's
attractive.
like when an open spot applies in the forum for a headline and kicking it.
Who the fuck do you think you are? Do you know your worth. It's below what they're asking.
Yeah. I mean, I got the job, so what can we do? It was slim pickings, clearly. And yeah, man, it was just like I say, you just had to show up and just like try and get them to buy shit. It was just all posh artwork. I hate posh people. That's my real. Yeah.
Art.
Yeah. Yeah, like Marilyn Monroe pieces and all that sort of stuff.
I don't have a problem with art or auction art, but
they were just
you being involved.
Yeah, that's the problem, innit? That's the problem. This is the thing as well. They could smell the working class on me, and they were. I'm not kidding when I say this.
Like, where's the Banksies, lad? It's the only art you know.
The only art I know is written on a toilet door. Genuinely, it was such dog shit. All the stuff as well. One of them was just, you know, that Campbell's soup.
Yeah.
It was just a picture of that in like A1 size, and it was going for 650 quid minimum. And I was looking at it, was like, I can just go and get a PNG, remove the background, and just blow it up to A1, and it would be the same thing.
I'm pretty sure that's a famous Andy Warhol painting.
Yeah, it is.
So that's not even an original, that's just a print.
It might be an original.
It's not going to be a fucking original Andy Warhol for 650 quid. It's not going to be. I don't know.
But either way, posh people can suck a fat one. They could smell the working class on me, and they hated me. They hated me. I went up. I had to go around with all like the bidding slips because there was a silent auction as well. And I had to go up to like...
Sorry, it's just so fucking Tory.
I said that to the woman I was working with. I was like, it makes me feel icky being here. Like they were all dressed all glamorous in hats and just And I went over to this table and I was like handing out bidding slips so they could write their bid down. Which, by the way, they pay absurd amounts for fucking nothing. Anyway,
Campbell's soup. Who
even
eats it?
Huh?
Do you know what I mean? Who eats Campbell's soup?
I don't know. I don't even know what it is, mate. I know it's soup, but I've never seen it. I don't know. I'll get a fucking... As their own brand, mate.
What you didn't process before when I said it's a print is that's not even a drawing or a painting. It's literally a copy of one, and it's costing £650.
Yeah,
£650 for that.
It's completely absurd.
It's ridiculous, mate.
And like I say, I went over to this table, and I was handing around bidding slips, and most people, to be fair, were quite nice. Do you know what I mean? Like, they were just dead friendly and stuff. So you start going over, and I was just saying, would you like a bidding slip for the silent auction? And this woman, I'm not kidding, right? This woman, I said, do you want a bidding slip for the silent auction? And she went, no, but I do need ice. And I was like, oh, I'm not a waiter. And she went, well, go and get one then. I was like, rah.
Fuck
my
you.
God. I fucking, you're in money now, lad. You know what I mean? I don't know what to tell you. But this, I think you're forgetting
angry.
where you are. Come outside. Come outside. I was so annoyed.
I'm getting proper angry. I hate that entitlement that everyone is staff and everyone's below you, and you just existed in that moment to serve her.
Yeah.
Just give her one.
I'd have loved
that sounded dodgy, but I meant I meant a punch her, which is dodgy.
Worse.
I'm doing that thing.
They were just so rude, man. I couldn't get over it. It was just different levels of rude. And then this is what I mean, where a woman tried to purchase me. Like, I'm not being funny. Like, I'm very realistic about my head. You know what I mean? But these girls were moist. I can see why it does help. Do you know what I mean? I was the only guy in a room full of 300 women, and they were just fucking
entitled women with money.
Yeah, man. And I was taking one of the Marilyn Monroe piece. You had to call it in a piece. It's so annoying. I've got a piece. I fucking shove it down your throat, you dickheads. Done me head in, right?
I thought you meant a gun.
yeah. Fucking, you're manny now. Like that. But yeah, man. So I had to take away one of the fucking artwork pieces, and this woman fucking just stood in front of me, and she went.
Sorry. You just demonstrated how little you know by calling it an artwork piece. One of the artwork pieces.
I don't know.
This is a pretty picture. Who wants to buy it?
So she stands in front of me, like they're all hammered, and she's trying to block me from getting out. Bear in mind, I'm holding like £1,000.
Flirting.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's just like, we can't get past it, can you?
You're going to have to plough through me.
Yeah. I was just stood there, and I had no sense of humour at all. I was just stood there holding this fucking really wide piece of art, and she just goes, oh, I noticed you weren't for sale. Can I purchase you? I just went, no. And just stared at her. And she was like, oh, all right, why are you being like that? And I was just like, I'm holding £1,000 in a frame.
I'm terrified that I will break this and have to buy it.
Do one, mate. Like, I'm not being 850 quid down for the day after me fee. Do you know what I mean?
Did you not even ask her to name a price?
No.
To purchase you?
Oh, no.
And what she wanted you to do?
Oh.
Oh, you fucking idiot.
Oh, I couldn't be arsed, man. And then I took it out, she moved out of the way, and I took it and put it back, and then I had to go back and get another one. And she did the same thing again, where she was just like stood in front of me, like, letting me go. And she shouts, I got past her, and she shouts at me from like fucking 20 feet away, are you still not for sale? And I went, ha ha ha, and carried on walking. So I had no sense of humour at all, man. I was so, like, I just hated them all. We were stood in the...
Who did you hate more, them or yourself for being there?
There was one very specific woman that I hated, right, and she worked there, and it was at the Lowry Hotel in Salford, and we were stood...
Nice? Is it near the theatre at all? Or?
No, it's not near the theatre, which was surprising. Yeah, I thought it would be. Like, I can't imagine how many people, how many acts are playing the Lowry and going, I'll just stay at the Lowry Hotel, and then discovering it's 40 minutes away.
Away,
yeah. It was a 20-minute drive. So it's a good hour walk, isn't it? And yeah, man, we were stood in the sort of back staff room canteen bit where we were just having food, which was, by the way, horrendous. I sent a picture when Dean Coughlin messaged me. I sent him a picture. I had chips and a croissant, with this fucking lunch included. Mate, I got shafted the whole day.
You're just not cultured enough. I bet, it was lovely. And
no,
it wasn't beige enough, so you just picked the two beigest things
no,
on the menu.
They had like some sort of, they had a yogurt granola thing, and
Sounds
I tried
lovely.
it.
Fresh.
No, listen, it wasn't fresh. This is the problem. I tried it, and it was warmer than the chips were. And the chips were freezing. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, that's food poisoning waiting to happen. That can stay there. So it was genuinely just horrendous. I took the stuff that I was confident wouldn't kill me. So that was a fucking write-off. And we were sat there around the table, and all the staff that are waiting on tables and stuff, like they were the only people that I had kindred spirits with. Like, the guy was walking past, there was this guy, and he just walking past with like champagne. And every time he walked past me, he'd just sort of give me a nod. Like, we're from the same ends. You know what I mean? Like, you can see it on me. You're here for the 12 quid an hour, aren't you, as well? Yeah. Me too, yeah. So he's fucking... They were all just stood there, and they'd been waiting on the tables of these posh cunts all day, and they were just having like a 5-minute break. And we're sat around this table eating, and this woman comes in, she's obviously like the manager, and I audibly groaned, and she heard me, right? But she comes out of nowhere and just goes, guys, do you want to be here till 9:30 tonight? Why are we not polishing cutlery? And I turned around. I was sat there with my back to her eating my food. And I just turned around and I just went, She looked at me and I just didn't say anything. And I was just like, oh, I hate that, you know.
I hate it too.
Because she'd have come in and gone, guys, I know it's a nightmare. It's been so busy today, but can we polish the cutlery up? Because if we don't, we're going to be here till 9:30. I know it's a nightmare. I'm really sorry. And they'd have just still moved and done it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I hate, if there's a better way to ask someone to do something, fucking do it.
No need to be a cunt.
Like, I can't even tell you how many times I'd have to ask before I spoke to them like that. Do you know what I mean? I'd have to ask 18 times before I lost my rag.
In her mind, she's just being direct.
Yeah, as well. And then we were sat there, and I was fucking dummy headed. And that guy that was kept giving the nod to, like, he walked past and just went. He clearly hated it.
You're breaking me heart,
mate. It was horrible. It was
oppression.
But this is it. Like, they were all like fucking between sort of 20 and 30 years old, and they were just being speaking to like kids. And then after about 10 minutes, they were all polishing cutlery because they just moved like an army as soon as she said it. Like, just up and gone. And then she came in 10 minutes later and she goes, guys, why are we not in there waiting to clear? Put your cutlery down and get in there. And I was like, rah. Oh my God.
2 things at once, yeah. Fuck. And what was she doing? Just bouncing around giving orders?
She held, to be fair though, I sure showed her because she held the door for me later in the day and I didn't say thanks. I'm not being funny, but...
Rebel. Fucking,
you know what I mean? Someone hang around with the elderly edge folk.
Do you think it is just being working class? It's just great. I just hate entitlement in any walk of life. Just that sense of like, you all need to cater for me and my needs.
Even the people
worst thing.
I was working with weren't great, and they'll probably, I don't know if they'll see this because they followed me on Instagram, and it's going out in like a month, isn't it?
Thank you.
Yeah, so I can't imagine they will see it, but they were just
like, comment, subscribe.
They were nice enough, but they were just, do you know, when you can just feel someone like negging you and gaslighting you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we were sat there and I said, where are you guys from? And she goes, oh, it's from Worcester. You probably won't have heard of it. And I just went, I've gigged there. Yeah. I just went, I've gigged there. And she went, oh, right. Have you? Oh, right. Oh, I didn't know that.
Shithole.
Yeah. She went, where have you gigged? I said, Huntingdon Hall. And she was like, Huntingdon Hall? And I was just a bit like, what are you doing? And then I had to sell some sort of sunshade that holds your book or something. And she put like her Kindle on it. And she wanted to demonstrate, because I had to sell it. She wanted a demonstration of how to work it. So she said, do you know how to work a Kindle? And I went, no, I can't read me. Just taking the piss. Yeah. And she went, oh yeah, forget you from the north. And I was
mate,
I'll chin you, mate.
So angry.
Yeah. And then, like, literally, I'm not kidding, an hour later, someone had won on the bidding slip on the silent auction, and it was 1,200, and then another one, which was 370. So she had to put 1,570 in, and she got a calculator out to work out what it was. But I'm the fit cunt. She worked in a coffee shop. I said that to her. I was like, do you want to wind your neck in?
Yeah. Why?
Just felt eggy the whole day. I didn't like it.
Why was it like women's only then?
I don't know. It was just a ladies' luncheon. I don't know.
Even that just sounds fucking melty, doesn't it?
Awful.
A luncheon.
Awful.
Fuck off.
Awful. I hated every bit of it.
It's a posh bottomless brunch, that's what it is.
Yeah, I was stood at some stand and I'd sort of greet them as they come
Stood
past.
in a stand, yeah. Standing in the stud.
Yeah, nice one. So I was just stood there, and as he'd come past, you sort of say, how you doing, guys? You okay? And so many of them would just go, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I'll just go fuck myself. Oh, I hated them, man. They were such knobheads.
I'm actually in shock. I can't believe that there's people... Well, I can't full well believe there's people like that, but I don't tend to be near them at any given time. Yeah. It's just so... It's the opposite of how I would ever treat another person. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, you weren't even a person to them.
No.
Can I get ice? Fuck off.
Oh yeah, that was the worst. And like, I'd have to go up to them because it's like part of like some sort of dinner thing. They'd all be eating food when I have to go over to the tables, but there's no other time to do it because while they're eating is when the auction is. As soon as they're done eating, the auction starts. So I have to give you these slips because when they arrive, they start eating. So I had to go over and interrupt their food. So I'd go over and I'm like, oh, I'm really sorry to interrupt, guys. Just want to hand you one of these. And the amount of them that would just be putting like fucking like posh salmon on bread, and they'd just look at me like,
do you mind?
Like, oh.
What
are you here for? You're eating, but you're here for this reason. I hated him.
I hate you for going.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing, you little class traitor?
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Well, this is it. The reason I was there is because I needed the money, which is as work. The reason I was there is because I needed the money, which is as working class as they come in it.
Yeah, true.
This man's broke.
So, did they specifically want a stand-up?
I don't think so. No, I don't know.
Just a confident little.
That's what he said. Confident, outgoing, young, attractive person. It was the attractive bit I couldn't get over. Priceless. The whole day I was like, why am I here? I said that to him. I was like, why do you have to be young and attractive?
You've been vetted by some fucking 8-year-old Tory who's got on your Instagram fucking strumming a bean and that. Ugh. Class traitor. Would you do it again?
Yeah. Listen,
I've
got a house to pay for. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I said to the woman, I said, how come you're here? Like, how do you get involved in this? And I swear to God, she goes, with no sense of irony at all, or like with no self-awareness, just went, it's my dad, he owns 30 businesses.
Oh, fuck off. Name one of them, you dickhead. I hate that.
I just said to her, I was like, I don't know my dad, but thanks for bringing that up. And she's like, I feel dead bad now. I was like, you should. And just walked away from it. I don't know if it actually,
Joe, if I came into money, right, like, what's your opinion?
Would they stick together? It's a line of this podcast, isn't it? It's no wonder it's no wonder they didn't like me.
Upper class, upper middle class, spunk joke. Lose me mind, love it, lad. Yeah, fucking. We all spunk, don't we? Relatable. If I came into money, and I like, so I'm a millionaire now. I would make sure that the immediate generation below me, like me kids, I would look after them.
Yeah.
But then I'd spend all the money. I wouldn't, like, I'm not asked about generational wealth. Fuck the grandkids. Fuck your great grandkids.
Grandkids.
One
Pan Gangnam style.
I'm not saying, I realise saying fuck them is probably not the best choice of words either. But I think that, like, the more generations that are fucking gifted your wealth, it's like the
cuntier they become.
Exactly. It's that level of entitlement in it. Yeah. I think you need to be working jobs like, just like, you need to work to understand the value of money and to interact with people on the street and just get some fucking perspective outside of your dad's mansion because he owns 30 businesses that you don't give a fuck about, you don't care about. All you care about is getting fucking ladies' luncheons. Oh,
yeah.
Mate,
and I said to the woman, she goes,
eat a tin of Spam. Do you know what I mean? Fucking have some Campbell's soup.
Yeah, that's the best part. They're buying that to put it on their kitchen wall. They've never once put it in the cupboards.
Yeah, they've got a fucking chef making fresh mulligatawny every day.
And the worst part is, as well, which actually sort of it gave me the ump a little bit. Like, as part of one of the things that they were selling was tickets to Harry Styles and like an overnight stay in a hotel, so you could basically watch it from where he's playing. The hotel overlooks it, so you can watch Harry Styles from your balcony in your pajamas
without paying
basically.
for the
So you get all the tickets and whatnot, and it was 750 quid. And the two girls I was working with, bear in mind this is for a charity. I've not mentioned that yet. It's for a children's charity. The whole day they were hoping nobody would bid on it, because if nobody bid, they would get to go for free. And you're meant to care. You're meant to give a fuck about the charity. You're just there because you're getting a commission. Do you know what I mean? It just the whole thing just felt icky. There was a fashion show, and I hated putting that skirt on. And it was just like 140 quid. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
I've just got images of you looking dead fierce, sashaying away.
God, it was just, the whole day was icky.
Now I feel dead guilty because I've just been slagging it all off, and you've literally just told me it was for charity.
Yeah, but they didn't care. It was all invite only for this charity thing, and they all bid on these fucking items, and then half of it will go to a charity. You're going to tell me the head of the charity is not a millionaire? Swivel, mate. They were talking. They've been doing it for 30 years. Sorry to interrupt. You were about to say something, but they've been doing it for 30 years, and they've helped 1,200 kids in 30 years.
Fuck all, really.
It is, yeah. And to be fair, the woman I was working with that day, she was stood at the back going, "That's not that many." I'm sure they do great. I can't speak. Oh my God. I'm sure they do great things, but just 1,200 is not that many in 30 years. Yeah. When just that day alone, they've easily made 150 grand.
It's all cheeky backhand, isn't that, innit? Fucking charities.
That's what most charities are. Whenever Children Needs on, they raise fucking 78 million, but every country's still worse the year after.
They've got and then it's like the running costs of the charity. That's what they blag it as, innit? But obviously, realistically, there is some of that.
Yeah, you've got the main director, and his wages, 300 grand a year for some reason.
I'm just angry at the world now.
Yeah.
I mean, and those
spreading negativity.
Those posh twats as well. It's like the way they convince themselves that they're doing good.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even like Campbell's soup. I was just thinking of the kids.
And they weren't asked about charity at all. Like, one of them was a trip to Barbados, and they were all like fuming they didn't win and stuff when they were putting their bids in, and someone won it for 8 grand and was just, without even thinking, just fucking threw a card in. And just paid 8 grand for this Barbados trip at the drop. Like, she didn't even know she was.
I feel sick.
She didn't even know that was going to be on there until 5 minutes earlier, and then she's fucking throwing 8 grand at it and oh mate, just All of the
I hope she's flying with fucking TUI or something.
Yeah.
I hope it's fucking normal.
I hope it's got
class.
19 connections. You're sitting in San Francisco airport for 9 hours, you fucking rat.
Paying everyone's head out there.
Yeah. Mate, upset me. Anyway, how have you been, man? Talk me through your weekend, I guess. Well, to be fair, we seen each other yesterday.
Yeah, we spent it together.
Yeah, we did.
I'm sorry. I'm upset by that. Before we do move on, I want to know what was the most expensive item.
It was Barbados.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and then to be fair, a lot of it wasn't that expensive. Like, it was still fucking really expensive, but everything was around the sort of 300 to 1,000. And then I think they had an Italy trip that was like $3,000, and then Barbados, which ended up going for 8.
Yeah.
But even then, like, apparently the trip was worth 30 grand. But once it goes, if no one's willing to pay more than 8, so you've got a 30 grand trip for 8 grand. Like, it's not really. Do you know what I mean?
So
like,
who's is it gifted by the company?
I have no
There's
idea.
a loss there. How are you raising money for a charity when there's a loss there?
I also, I'm not going to answer your question because I don't have the answer, but I got distracted in my mind because I also heard someone say to their friend, and I quote, "You're looking fabulous," and that upset me. Yeah.
Okay, if you like your mates, if you like them, you call them a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You tell them they're not young and attractive. That's what real friends do.
I've called you fat on every episode of this podcast because I love you to bits. That's the only. Do you know what I mean? Like, why would I'd just say it behind your back if I didn't like it. I mean, I do sometimes, but like. Anyway, I'm done with it now. I don't want to spend any more time thinking about the fucking rich concert.
Yeah, now we'll talk about our little one-day holiday to Llandudno. We went to Llandudno yesterday.
It was well cute, wasn't it?
Yeah, fucking had a gig there. Thought, let's fucking go enjoy Wales.
Oh, it was ends to these sentences. Yeah, that's why Hasbulla is wearing it. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll notice Hasbulla is wearing a high-vis vest because it was part of a wider fair. A wider fair? That's what a fat bird cheats. So stupid.
You were so proud of that.
So stupid.
You're so proud of that.
It was part of like a fun fair event extravaganza thing, and because we were part of the event and we were doing the gig, why are you knocking Hasbulla over?
Because it's the name of the event was the Llandudno Victorian Extravaganza.
Yeah.
We travelled back in time.
We did.
Which you do anyway when you go to Llandudno.
Yeah, you pretty much do. Yeah, they've got a lot of views that we don't have up here.
Yeah,
they've not
like
quite
a shoe zone.
Yeah, and a shoe zone. Yeah, that was the worst part. And that racist guy didn't help. But you know, he was nice enough to put the gig on.
The guy who put the gig on was lovely.
He was honestly the soundest
nice
guy ever. It was a tapping. What do you want from me? But yeah, it was part of like a wider, like you say, an extravaganza. And because we were part of the event, we got to go on all the rides for free. But in order to prove we were part of the event, we got given a high vis, which Liam insisted he would wear and steal.
Yeah. I looked like a fucking litter picker, and I was rocking
horrendous, mate. It was.
It was mad, you know. Like when we go to the ride, we'd have to give this big spiel of how we're working for the event, and that's why we don't have to pay for tokens, which makes us scum really, because I'm pretty sure the event is to raise money for like
the town,
and we were just like, fucking get me on for free because we're rats. Well, I had the high vis on, and it amazed me how much leeway it got us. I think if I wasn't wearing a high vis, they'd have just told us to like fuck off.
You can genuinely do anything if you're wearing a high vis, I think.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, I've seen YouTube videos of people that just wear a high vis and carry ladders in places.
Yeah.
And they'll just get into the cinema for free because everyone just opens the fucking door for them.
You could probably you could probably go to a building site and rob materials if you needed to do work.
I mean, the cost of timber's through the roof. I want to get my garden done, and I just.
You got a high vis now, lad. Yeah, I mean, they'll be like, Llandudno Victorian what?
We got a quote for the garden, and the garden's the size of that table, and it was like £1 million. And just, I was looking at it going, well, that'll get done one day.
No rush. What did you say to the fella? Oh yeah, thanks mate.
Yeah, I was like, we'll be in touch.
See you auctions on.
See your wife at the luncheon.
I think the best use of a high vis jacket is if you're a footy fan. You can pay to go to the footy game. Yeah, high vis in your pocket. Buy the cheapest tickets, the shittest tickets with the obstructed view,
and then stand at where the adverts are.
Smash a high vis on, and then blend you a steward.
Yeah, but then you just get abuse from all the fans, don't you? wanker, wanker, wanker.
I could do that.
You fat bastard. You fat bastard. You'd be there like that.
I'd take the abuse, yeah. I'd love it.
Oh, man. I think you could steal children if you wore a high vis.
Yeah, why would you want to?
Oh, no, I don't. I don't even want kids.
Sell them at auction to the Tories.
Yeah,
right,
this is it. They'd buy him. I'm convinced. I don't know if I should say this, but, you know, fuck it. We're 30 minutes in, so if you're not on board yet, you've probably turned off. So, but I'm convinced that the only reason some people don't own slaves is because they're not allowed to anymore. Like, everything about that event gave me I would if I could vibes.
100%.
And it 100%. Was odd. She wanted to purchase me.
Do you reckon they missed the good old days? That's what they call them.
I mean, I don't... How long do you think we've not had slaves? How old do you think these women were?
True.
Hiya, Gladys. 267th birthday, is it? Nice one.
Yeah, they watched Downton Abbey and they're just like, tear in their eye.
Looks amazing.
Do you remember? Yeah, fun fair. That's not very Tory, is it? That's working class. We went on
the fun fair. Yeah, proper working
Dead class. Scary. Dead scary. Like, I'll go to Alton Towers and I'm not scared because... Well, I mean,
you're alright.
Well, I'm not.
I'm not alright. I'm not scared.
I'm not. I'm a thrill seeker. Everyone knows this about me. Big Frill Tuffy. That's what I do. I love frills. I've got skills. Pay bills.
You have a new nickname. We need to start writing these down. You have a new nickname every week. 10-pin Tuffy. Big Frill Seeker. Big Frill Tuffy.
They keep on coming, and that's what people call me because I love excitement. I love frills. Mm-hmm. Alton Towers is boss, but when you go to a fun fair, there's that level of like, I don't give a fuck. Do you know what I mean? Like the people who run the machine, the people who run the machines. I'm just thinking, how equipped are you to operate this machinery? I'm putting my life in your hands. You're spinning me so fast that the G-forces are the only thing securing me in this ride. Not the fucking little chain that's in front of me. Literally the G-forces of the stick-to-the-wall ride held at 90 degrees. And I'm just looking at the rust thinking, I'm putting my life at risk here. I might die in Llandudno.
That's such a pathetic way to go in it.
If I'm going to die in Alton Towers, at least my family are going to get $1 million. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least there's money in it. No one's getting nothing if I die in Llandudno.
Yeah. That's and the thing that always gets me is, like you're saying, the people that work. Genuinely, sometimes I feel a bit bad for them because they're running a fun fair, but they hate their life. Like you can see it when you put in the
lack of fun.
Yeah, like they hate it so much. They're sat there just waiting for some annoying cunt to come and sit on it and be like, "Oh, hey, we're spinning round," and they just watch the fucking sizzler go round and round and round for hours on end, and then they scream into a microphone, and go, "Scream!
Yeah, scream if you want to go faster.
Put your hands up." It's just the worst, isn't it?
Squash your friends. Yeah. That's what it was saying, wasn't it? Hey, mate, that sizzler was fucking sick, that.
Yeah.
It was the first ride we went on. I haven't been on like a ride in ages, and I was a bit of a grumpy puss yesterday, wasn't I? A little sour puss.
Yeah, you got me head in yesterday.
I was winding them up. I was dead grumpy. And but this ride starts, like, the sizzler's the one where you're two in a cart, and there's just like loads of carts on like a kind of like octopus kind of legs, and it just like spins individually. But also,
are you explaining the sizzler as if these people are listening are fucking morons?
You said, okay, if you told me I was getting a sizzler, I'm expecting a fucking steak on a hot plate, lad.
Right,
I don't know what a fucking...
If I said you're going on a sizzler, you wouldn't assume I'm putting you on a barbecue, would you?
Yeah. I didn't know the ride was called the Sizzler. I think just that individual ride in Llandudno is called the Sizzler. What sizzles about it?
No, they're all called the Sizzler. Every single version of that ride is called Sizzler.
I call bullshit. I'm typing in Sizzler on Google. I don't care if this is good content.
And Liam's going to realise he's wrong in 5, 4,
Sizzler ride
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I'm wrong. It's literally just loads of them, lad. They're all called the Sizzler.
Mate.
Oh, yeah, one's called Twister. Boom, I win.
Right, all right then, yeah. Yeah, you do win. Can tell you're not as working class as you fucking think you are, because you went to Italy while I was going to Blackpool every year. Go fuck yourself. I know what it's called.
I've never been to Italy.
Have you not?
No,
You'd
never
love it.
been to Italy.
I've not been either. That's what I'm saying. You'd love it.
I'm just as working class as you.
Yeah, Blackpool was my holidays.
I went to Florida, like.
I used to love fucking... Florida's
Went to
bougie,
Disney World, lad. Yeah, but Grandad died. That's the only reason we went. That's the only reason we got that money. We had to lose a relative.
I mean, to be fair, that's what the charity does. When one of them dies, they'll take the other one.
That's how desperate my mum and dad were for a fucking break. They were getting a lump sum. They could have like done the house up. They could have fucking paid off some debts, but they were just like,
No, let's take
fucking
Liam
Mickey
to Florida.
Mouse in it.
Yeah. I used to
And it
love
was
fucking
sick.
like working class family holidays because my mum's idea of a holiday was to go to the shittest hotel. And bless it, like we could have gone to decent hotels, but we could have gone to decent hotels for a week, but she was set on us going away for like 4 weeks to like the worst hotel. Do you know what I mean? So we could go to one place that was really nice, or we could, for a week, or we could go to a shithole for 4. And in my mum's mind, that was a great deal.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so we'd go to this hotel. It'd be
you not want to get home?
£300 each for. Oh, I did. Yeah, my mum would just fucking. She sizzlers in the fucking sun, and that's it. But it was just always in like those fucking 2-star hotels that have the parrot show, and you get a little picture with the parrot, and then the next day you go back to reception to find your picture of the parrot, and they go, "Oh, if you want it, it's £25." And my mum would just snap a photo of the photo for free, and you're just like, this is just so.
The old one too.
Yeah, it was just awful, man. And they'd have like a snake, which is fucking, its skin's like peeling off like athlete's foot.
The snake's literally going, kill me.
Yeah.
Kill me. It's the saddest snake ever.
I could never get over the fact that fucking she would never pay the €10 for the picture with the parrot. Bearing in mind, like, this is a core memory for me that I'm going to take for the rest of my life. And she's just fucking taking a picture of it on a Nokia phone. It's a parrot that can do a backflip. Take the fucking, pay the tenner, you stingy cow. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a parrot that knows how to count. Like, come on. Like, what do you want? What do you want more? How much would this parrot have to do before you give them a tenner? What's up, guys? Thanks so much for downloading the podcast. Listen, if you are watching on YouTube, please do us a favor, drop the video a like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. It really does help more than you think.
If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, or anywhere that you get your podcasts, please give us a 5-star rating. If you think we're worth less than that, just don't rate it. Don't be a nib end. Don't be a Karen. Do one.
And if you wouldn't mind, give us a follow on social media as well. It's at Spread Negativity Pod on absolutely everything, except for Twitter, where it's at S Negativity Pod, because Twitter is a gobshite, and we didn't realise that has a character limit until we decided on the name. So fuck you, Twitter. Let's get back to the episode.
I enjoyed last night's gig, though. We haven't been on the bill together in a little while, have we?
Feel good. A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, true. But this was different. That was like a fucking, like, Live at the Apollo acts on that bill.
Yeah.
This was just like, just small, intimate. Like, it was mad. It was a dead small room. It didn't feel like there was loads in, but it felt packed for the room it was.
Yeah, they're the best gigs though as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I love them. They're like the ones that you sort of like, you want, especially when you're like starting out and that. And you were emceeing, and my favorite ever thing happened. was when I love watching you MC.
I know what you're gonna say, and it upsets me, man.
It brings me so much pleasure.
We've said it on the podcast before. There's nothing better than watching your mate hate being on stage. I love
it. But the thing is, you were smashing it, mate. Whether you felt like you were or not, you were smashing it. But I know you, and I could see how annoyed you were.
I hated it, man.
It happened. The best time that's ever happened was in Edinburgh a couple of years ago. You were on like a late show. We're talking. It was like, I'm sure it was like midnight.
It was 1 a.m. Adam Elmy was running it, and I asked him, could I just go home? And he was like, mate, so many people have dropped out. Like, I need you to do it. And I was like, right, all right, no worries. And Adam's great. I really like Adam. I've got a lot of time for him. So I did it. But yeah, I know what you're going to say.
Well, we'd been out all day watching shows, and my mates had came to Edinburgh that day. They came for a few days. That was the day they arrived. And so after my, I'd done a couple spots, but then I got on board with the drinking.
Yeah, you wanted to hang out with your mates. Whereas I was still in work mode.
Yeah, because you knew you had to
I was stone cold sober, yeah.
And I was bladdered at this point. And we were like, a couple of my mates were like knackered from the day. They were like, oh, we'll get off for two of my mates were like, we'll stay, let's go watch Aaron. We'll stay out. And to be honest, lad, I was bladdered. I couldn't be arsed.
All you guys.
I couldn't be arsed sitting in a comedy show.
At Edinburgh Fringe.
No, I was in the mood to like drink and talk.
Yeah, we'd been there a good 6 days by that point as well, hadn't we? And we were only doing a week. You checked out. Yeah. Because you knew we were going home tomorrow. Yeah. And
I was like in fun mode as well. I was just bevying in that. And then it was a packed room at 1 a.m. Rowdy motherfuckers who were being rowdy, but this is why I enjoyed it so much, because they were rowdy, but no one was mean-spirited.
Yeah.
People were like heckling, but kind of like accidentally, just because they were so pissed. They weren't.
Yeah, it was proper like they shout out, and you look at them, you glare at them, you go,
Yeah, they'd be like,
I'm really sorry. I've just had a bit of a drink. You know what I mean?
And I don't call it like I don't think it's put downs when you're having like hecklers like that. It's more crowd control. And you had it, mate. You were nailing it. You were being dead funny and you were controlling them. But I could see in your eyes how done you were with the day, and I could see that you were just fucking you wanted out.
We left the hostel at 9 a.m.
I'm watching you dead inside is like my favourite.
I fucking hate
And
you,
it
man.
happened again last night. It happened again. There's a fella in the front row from Stoke, and Aaron was comparing and chatting to him and like getting information from him about like, you know, what he does and the people he's with and the family, but everything he was giving Aaron was lies, and Aaron was just fed up of like wading through the bullshit.
But it wasn't funny lies.
No, it wasn't.
Like, he wasn't smashing it and giving me really funny stuff to work with. He was like, oh, it's my daughter. She lives in New Zealand.
Oh no, she's really from Stoke. It was
Yeah.
shit like that. Yeah.
Fuck off.
He was getting so pissed off.
I'm going to check out of this podcast in a minute. I'm done, man.
He was getting so pissed off. I was loving it. And at one point,
It
he's
doesn't
like,
go anywhere, though. That's what's annoying. It doesn't go anywhere. It's not like we're all having a laugh and this is so funny and you're giving me something to work with. It doesn't go anywhere.
I was having a laugh. I was having a laugh. And he was going like, at one point, I can't remember. You just said to him like, do you want to run the gig? Or you just said something like that to him. Do you want to run the gig? And he literally just turned around and went, has anyone been to Stoke? He started trying to MC it. And the whole crowd was sick of him. The whole crowd just wanted to watch the show.
That's
and
it.
when he addressed them, he went, has anyone been to Stoke? They all just went, no.
But, like, has anyone been to Stoke? Like, no. Yeah, but where's it going to go?
I know, lad.
Like, you're being
I know.
such a gimp. Like, just stop it.
Aaron,
Like,
Aaron got off stage. When he got off stage, that was when it was the funniest, because he could finally like let go and show his feelings. And he just sat there on a fucking stool like, hello, darkness, my old friend. Just looked shell-shocked, and he was just like, oh. And his misery.
the two lads that you
my
were sat
joy.
with had more fun than anyone else in the room, because I was sat next to them when I came off stage and they just were fucking dying at that.
Yeah.
But it was the fact he had no self-awareness, and he was harmless, so you could sort of have a laugh with him and stuff. But anything you would say, he had like a little anecdote. So I asked his missus what she did, and she was a radiographer. And he goes, oh, I've got a story about that.
Yeah.
I fucking do you, Sean. Can't wait for this fucking riveting anecdote.
You fucked me over, though. You fucked me over. Because in the break, I'd been on, and, your boy smashed it. Always does, you know what I'm saying? Just fucking tell them that. Tell them. Fucking Tommy 20.
Oh, you made Sean laugh, who's fucking most impressed with himself. Mad.
So Sean comes up and he's like, he sees a kindred spirit in me.
You're both fat cunts.
Both top fellas is what I was going to say, but whatever. Do you know what I mean? He comes over and he's like...
both top heavy.
Mate, oh, look how proud of his own joke he is, everyone.
Carry on, mate. I'm sorry. The man's just here.
He was asking like to follow me on Instagram and that, and he was going to me, right, I've just built a bar in my garden, and it's bigger than this place, and I could fit more in. We're going to have I'm getting the whole garden done. We're going to have a massive party in Stoke, and I'd be interested in having you on. He goes, I know you'll have a fee, but just tell me, is it less than £1,000? And I went, yep, less than £1,000. I'm like, see Aaron's
To be
face.
fair, my man didn't tell me that. Holler at your boys, Sean.
I was like, yeah, it's
I'll humour you for £1,000. Did it for 70 quid last night, you fucking rat.
So I just tried to play it coy. I was like, I can tell you it's less than £1,000, yeah. And he was like, how much is it? And
$9.99.
So I was just, I just tried to. I just got out of making a estimate there and then, Joe, so I could think about how much I was going to try and blag, basically, or see how much money I could get for it. I just was like, because it's not a private gig like that is not a desirable gig, is it? You name a figure, and if they can, I've had a few offers of like hen do's and stuff. I've told them a figure, and then they've just pied me, and I don't blame them. Because
I did one with Adam Hughes, and it was in someone's same sort of setup, and was in someone's bar in their garden.
Yeah.
and when I arrived, I can't remember the context, but long story short, we were talking about racist jokes. And the guy came over who was like had us on the like in his house in his garden and was like, "Oh, what's this racist jokes?" I went, "Yeah, don't worry, we don't do any of them." And he went, "Oh, why?"
Oh, yeah,
right, brilliant. Can't wait for this fucking gig. When does it start again? Fucking 15 minutes, is it? Yeah, give me the light on 7. Fucking rats.
But yeah, he was just saying that, and I just said that I will. Just get in touch with me if you've got a date in mind. I'll see if I'm free, and then we'll talk like price. Then he was like, "All right, sound." But then when the next section starts and Aaron starts talking to him, he just decides to volunteer the information. Like, but the way he worded it was like he went, "Oh, Liam's just followed me on Instagram."
Yeah, like he was building a fan base at the gig. Like saw that it should be the other way around, and then he said, "No, he's going to come and do a show for me in my garden." And this is it. Like he didn't have a fucking clue how that sounded.
Yeah,
he thought that sounded fine. So when you unpack it, you've asked a curvaceous young boy to come and fucking do a show in your garden for just you and your
But then this is where you fucked me over because you went, I know Liam very well, and I'll tell you now, he'll do anything for 50 quid. And in my head, I was like, you fucking rat! I could have named the price then, you're right! I would do anything for 50 quid, but you just fucked me right over, you rat! I'm fuming at you!
You'd suck him off for 50, you'd do a stand-up show for 900. You're giving the Gark 3,000 for 50. Fucking hell. Oh, it was a fun night though. Shout out Sean. He was harmless and genuinely like them sort of gigs. It was hard work. If he was 60% of what he was, then it would have been perfect.
Yeah.
But there was just a little bit where you were just like, you'd be in a flow of doing what you're doing.
I liked him, because he didn't really interfere with my set, but obviously your job as MC.
Yeah.
You had to like fucking
deal with him.
Deal with it, you twat. I love it. There's nothing better in this world than the misery of the people you care about. I fucking thoroughly enjoy it.
Yeah, hope you're enjoying the podcast.
Speaking of misery, I've got something I want to get off my chest.
Go on.
That I experienced today.
Okay.
And I've got a feeling that you're going to say I'm overreacting and that it's a stupid thing to moan about.
Not like you.
I am fucking fuming about shopping. I fucking hate. Not food shopping, that's all right, that's sound, that's right on my alley.
I hate, I was going to say, I hate food shopping, to be fair.
No, Sam, I like
I
to
hate
cook
putting it away when you get back.
Oh, Beck does that because I put it away wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I packed the bags wrong too. I also put them on the till wrong too.
Why do you look like you're having a twitch?
I carry them to the car
You don't
wrong.
have to wink after each one.
I pick and pay, that's what I do.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I hate it, man. I end up fucking just leaving it and putting everything in the wrong bit. I put the cheesecake on top of the salami the other day and she wanted to smash my head in.
Yeah, well, that's why she does that because it just eliminates her wanting to smash my head in.
Yeah.
And I win. It's a win-win, innit? Because then you're not fucking doing the shit you don't like. But I like food shopping. Rebecca was away this weekend and then she came back home yesterday and we were in Llandudno all day. And so she was like, I know you're doing the podcast today, but what are you doing this morning? And I was like, I thought like we could spend some time together. And she's like, well, I need to go into town. I need to do some shopping. Come with me. I was like, no. Like, no, I don't want to do that. Like, I haven't got any money to buy anything. And what am I going to do? And she was like, oh, but we can spend time together.
In Primark?
We'll spend time together. Are you fucking messing? Spend time together?
That's what you suggested in the first place.
Well. Yeah, I want to. Yeah, we'll taking the dog for the walk is spending time together. You walking around the shop while I stay out of your way is not us spending time together. Are you fucking mad? You don't want to spend time with me. You
look so fuming.
I'm fuming. She didn't want to spend time with me. She wanted me to carry bags and spend money. That's what she wanted me to do. Yeah. I walked. So she was in TK Maxx in Liverpool. It's opposite Primark. I'm outside it. I look over and I see there's 2 concrete benches which are in a square with a tree in the middle. I look at both benches. Every single seat is a man sat with bags.
Classic.
Looking miserable, fuming, and it was like a fucking support group for men like me in the same position.
Liam.
But no one wants. The funny thing is, no one needs to talk about it. You just sit there and exist in each other's misery, and just the knowledge that you're not alone is enough. Do you know what I mean? Just like, we're all going through this together, boys. We don't have to talk about it. It'll be over soon.
It was like me at the event with that guy walking past, just a subtle nod. Yeah. Man, it's the worst. I hate it.
I absolutely hated it, and I literally served no purpose. She doesn't value my opinion on fashion. I'm fucking dressed like a fat Simon Cowell today.
You fucking are.
What fashion advice am I going to give you about high heel shoes?
I only enjoy shopping with Beth when she's buying revealing clothes, because I know I'm getting a fashion shoot at the end of it. You know what I mean?
I don't.
But outside of there's no love there anymore.
No, I love it. I love the bones of it, and I fucking, if she's wearing something nice, I'll enjoy it. But I don't want to sit through a fucking fashion show. Oh, do you want to see what I've bought today? No.
I quite like that though.
Do you want to see what I've bought today? I've got my Kindle out showing her all the Batman comics I've wasted me money on. She doesn't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Let's just acknowledge that neither of us give a fuck about what the other person spends money on.
I quite enjoy the fashion show from Beth, because I still love my girlfriend. So.
Oh, I love my... She's my fiancée. I love her. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't love spending time.
I do hate shopping though. Like the other day, she needed some new slides. We're going on holiday in a couple of weeks, which is why this episode's out of date. But I don't think we've talked about anything topical, so I hope you're enjoying it anyway. Because we tend to do that on all the fucking Banked episodes. We talk about the most topical shit ever, and then 3 days later, no one cares.
I'm the head of the shit in Johnny Depp's bed.
Yeah. And also, fucking hell, have you heard about that tsunami that happened last night in Thailand? Mad that, wasn't
it? You gotta talk about shit like that when it's fresh.
You're not gonna fucking believe this, but 2 days ago, a fucking plane went into a tower in New York.
Really?
You know, like, yeah, mad at it. Anyway,
let's just joke about the death of thousands of people.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about anything that isn't, that was big news that isn't offensive though. And can you?
No.
Fuck it. Oh, sorry. We gave a video of a guy named Ronnie Pickering the other day. That was funny.
Who?
Ronnie Pickering. Who the fuck's that? Me. Right. What was I going to say? So yeah, she had to buy slides for the holiday in a couple of weeks, and that's what I can't be doing with. But also, that's fine. We'll go and get the slides because you need them. What I can't be asked with is, let's go and look at these things that I'm not going to buy. That's what I can't stand. I genuinely, I quite like shopping with her if it's not too busy and stuff. Like if Tuesday at the Trafford Centre in the middle of the day is a dream. Like it's fine. I don't mind that. I can get on board with that.
It's not though. It never is.
But we went to town on Saturday and it was bank holiday weekend and we made the biggest mistake and we didn't fucking buy anything. But when we're going and looking at stuff we're not going to buy, that's what I can't get on board with, and that's when I want to fucking kill myself. Like, why are we looking at this stuff? Like, you're not going to buy it. We can't afford to buy it. You're just, like, what are we doing? This is a waste of everyone's time. My feet are hurting. Much like your feet will be if you buy those shoes, but you're not going to because you can't afford them. Why are we looking at them? What is the point in any of this? There's no point in any of this.
It's the aimless wandering, and that's you were just very diplomatic then. You talked about both of you and both of your needs and what both of you want to buy. I'm more selfish than that. I don't want to buy any of this shit. I don't want to dress. I don't want strappy high heels. So I'm just wandering around looking for a chair, looking for a chair or leaning outside.
And the worst part is Beth does want to spend time with me when we're shopping. And that's the worst part. Because that sounded dreadful. I didn't mean it like that. But if we go into Primark, I need a pair of shorts. I need some fucking jogging bottom shorts, whatever. Them ones, them jersey shorts, they're decent. So I'm going to go and find some of them. You go and look for your shit. You know what I mean? And then, but she has to come with me, which then means I've got to go with her when we could kill two birds with one stone. I go get me shorts. You go look at your shit bags that you're not going to buy, and then everyone's happy. Do you know, I fucking. No, I do you know the worst part is? Because we always don't. We always go shopping when it's fucking insanely busy. We'll walk around Primark for 45 minutes, right? Which is fucking. I'm being fair there. It's usually about an hour.
It's a bank holiday Monday.
Yeah, we'll walk around for fucking ages and she'll look at all these things and then she picks up 2 bras because she needs two bras, but she's seen the size of the queue after walking around for an hour and was like, I don't need them that badly, and she just placed them on a hook and we walked away.
No.
I nearly lost my fucking mind. What's
the point? Time is fucking valuable.
You saw the queue when you walked in. It wasn't going to be quieter when we...
I just can't do it anymore. I honestly...
This podcast is not good for me.
Considering I've just been like, fuck the Tories and that. Fuck the high street, lad. I'm sick of physical shops. Give Jeff Bezos all my money. It's just easier, man. Yeah. It's just easier. I know. I only buy stuff that I know I'm going to buy. I never just go... I'm not going to just go, oh yeah, that's nice, and pick that up. Yeah. I might do, but that's not good for me or my wallet.
I've started buying shampoo on Amazon, me.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, because I have I had really bad skin when I was a bit younger, so I have like proper fucking expensive like skincare products. So yeah, I'm a proper fanny, man.
Tea tree oil nods.
Yeah, I have tea tree oil. It's good stuff, man. But I get all that on Amazon now because I can't be arsed walking around Boots because I know I'm going to go with Beth and she's going to look at the fucking makeup for 3 hours and then she's going to go and look at sun cream because we're going on holiday in 4 months' time. So we've got to look at it now. Genuinely happened fucking a month ago. We bought sun cream for the holiday that's in the end of May. What are we doing with our life? So fucking ridiculous. And then she's looking at, she's smelling 18 different deodorants. Like, as long as it's not BO, I don't give a fuck how you smell.
Yeah.
Like, just buy one. Sound, just pick one out. So I've just started buying everything on Amazon. And honestly, I know it's bad because Jeff Bezos is a fucking gobshite. And then he'll send me my little shampoo bottle that's like that big and a fucking box the size of that table. And everything's fucking over the top. And we should hate him, but it's so convenient.
It's just so much easier, isn't it?
So much easier.
And it's there the next day, and it's just even fucking not
just Amazon. And the next day is when I next need to wash my hair. What a fucking treat!
Perfect.
Do you know what I mean?
But
it's like he knows.
Rebecca's argument was she had to buy a pair of shoes too. So I said about, can you get them online? And she was like, well, I need to try them on so I know they're the right fit. I exclusively buy Nikes, not because I particularly like them, but because I know they fit me. I know the size that fits me. And I don't have to put any thought into it. I just literally go, yeah, they're black them, they're white them. That's probably weird taken out of context.
Don't get me started on the yellow ones.